What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. What we're going to be talking about in this one is a little bit different than that of some of the stuff we've been talking about recently. And firstly, before we get into anything, I want to thank you guys so much for the absolute insane support as of lately on the Zombies Chronicles stuff, and truly, it's mind-blowing to think about. So thank you guys truly so much for that. But in this one, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. More so, I just want to take a look at something that has come to light as of recently with all the Zombies Chronicles coverage and things like that. It was talked about a week and a half ago or so at this point, I believe. But I'm just in awe of how crafty this worked out, how shifty Jason Blundell is, and any other way that you want to put it here with this one, because I want to tell you guys the story about how Jason Blundell kind of trolled us all at the beginning of Revelations, or rather leading up to Revelations, but how he also was never really lying to us. So let's start at the very beginning, where this all began. Back in July of last year, July of 2016, there were some interviews with Jason Blundell that was done, and one of which was actually done by Zombies YouTuber and known face in the Zombies community, Mr. Dalek JD, to which he asked Jason Blundell if we'd see the Origin Stabs returning at any point in time in the future, to which Jason Blundell's answer was, will we ever see them again? I think we'll see them again. Which, while this happens after DLC 3, this interview happens, it kind of leads up to the idea that maybe we'll see the Origin Stabs returning in DLC 4 of Black Ops 3, which then it was then hyped up even more whenever talked about at COD XP and other events leading forward as well, to which he kind of went on the same spectrum here and mentioned multiple times across various platforms that maybe we'll see them again, who knows? And when Jason Blundell says that in his cryptic manner, it's basically, yeah, we'll see them again. So whenever Origins was confirmed to be a part of Revelations, everybody thought, you know what, we're gonna be getting the Origin Stabs in Revelations, DLC 4 hype, the return of the Stabs. And as we know, we didn't actually get the Stabs in Revelations, and a lot of people were quite upset by this. But a lot of people play this off as, you know what, he wasn't really lying to us because there's a crop cutout on the stage in Kino in which it showcases Premise with the Origin Stabs. So technically, he's not lying to us. He just said, you know what, we're gonna see them. He never said anything about yielding them or playing with them. And that kind of was where it was dropped off at, or at least for a time. Of course, a lot of people were upset about everything, but then enter the DLC 5 hype, everything like that, where for some time, DLC 5 was still considered that tinfoil hat conspiracy, where if you even mentioned it or even believed in it, you were essentially crazy, and in the community, it wasn't anything that was really looked at as something that was legitimate. However, upon more leaks coming out, everything like that coming to the surface, it started to make a little bit more sense. And then finally, the tipping point is, of course, then again, whenever we get the official confirmation on JC Backfire's channel, the interview with Jason Blundell talking about Zombies Chronicles and everything that is confirmed here with it a couple of weeks back at this point, where Origins was listed as something coming in Black Ops 3 DLC, ultimately going back and completing that statement of, I think we'll see them again. So let's talk about that a little bit more in depth. Was this something that he kind of just said this at the time to be a little bit cryptic, a little bit sneaky, whatever it may be? Maybe, but there was a plan here for this, because as detailed in some of the interviews within JC's channel and then with the YouTubers that went out to LA to capture footage early, he ended up mentioning that this was really all in the works since right around the Zetsubo time. That's whenever they first started throwing the idea at the dartboard and seeing if it would stick, in which they could bring up something like a DLC 5 or Zombies Chronicles into the game. Of course, at that point, it was not actually in development just yet because they were still finalizing the pieces of DLC 4, which, as crazy as that sounds, they are actually that far ahead. I talked to Jason Blundell personally about this topic and how far they get ahead for DLC when I was out there capturing footage for Zetsubo last year, but at that point, they weren't developing the maps just yet. They just, once again, tossed the idea out there to see if it would stick, and sure enough, it did. So right around the COD XP time, they had significant builds of the maps done, but they were still working on a lot more here for it to come. And so around that point in time, once again, is whenever these interviews and statements started to come out. So that was really his way of pointing towards the future and what we could see within more content for Black Ops 3, because he can't straight up say, you know what, the Origin Stabs aren't coming in Revelations, but you might see them later, because if he would, that would completely blow the cover of the first time we get content outside the season pass like this in a 5th DLC pack in Call of Duty's history. So if you really want to think about it, though Jason Blundell trolled us with Revelations, or so we thought, he actually gave us a heads up almost an entire year in advance for something that would be coming in the zombies community and Call of Duty world. So, Jason Blundell, the troll, or the legend? I guess that choice is really up to you, but I thought this was super awesome, and I just kept thinking about it recently, how in awe I was of how sneaky this was, in the sense that this was hinted at for almost a year ago at this point, and we had absolutely nothing to really base it off of except for maybe sheer speculation, which, based off of years of experience with that same speculation, kind of just brands you as crazy. So it was right in front of our faces this whole time, and Jason Blundell just basically put it out there on a silver platter, but nothing was really ever done with it up until right around now, I guess, because we're talking about Zombies Chronicles. But that said, that's gonna wrap it up. Once again, a little bit different of a video, but I just thought about this recently a lot and I loved it, so I was like, you know what, let's share it and see what everybody else thinks. So what do you think about this down there in the comment section down below? Do you guys think Jason Blundell is a massive troll? Absolutely brilliant for putting it out there that early on, a bit of a legend for just basically any reason, or any of those things combined, a little bit of all of them sprinkled here and there? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But that's gonna wrap it up. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything we have here regarding Zombies Chronicles, Black Ops 3 multiplayer, Call of Duty, World War II, Modern Warfare Mastered, Infinite Warfare, all that good stuff. We got you covered here up on the channel. And I want to thank you once again for the absolute tremendous support on the channel as of recently with all this stuff. It truly means the world to me. So thank you guys so much for that support. Really looking forward to bringing you guys more content, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it as well. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that is the best place to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on Twitter. So if you guys want to strike my conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But I'll see you dudes later. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Mine has been Nikolai Espresso. Take care and peace.